Venturing into the grocery store today feels akin to embarking on a daunting expedition. Armed with a meticulously crafted shopping list, you step across the threshold only to be confronted by plundered displays, beloved items nowhere to be found, and exorbitant prices that defy reason. A sense of defeat settles in as you reluctantly return home, clutching just a fraction of the items you initially sought, all while having expended double the usual cost. This disheartening chronicle of the grocery store experience haunted us throughout the entirety of 2022. The trials that plagued the industry during that time, devastating weather events, the ongoing conflict in Ukraine, and the grip of inflation persist, refusing to release their grasp. Furthermore, a fresh wave of scarcities is poised to debut this year, compounding the existing challenges. One egg. In the realm of food, the humble egg has become the harbinger of a crisis that has seized our attention, even in the early days of January. The chosen term to encapsulate this predicament is eggflation, a fitting name for the ongoing turmoil surrounding the nation's egg supply. This saga commenced with a perilous outbreak of highly pathogenic avian influenza, commonly known as bird flu or CHI. Tragically, this affliction has claimed the lives of over 58 million chickens across the country, primarily impacting the egg-laying hens. Amplifying the severity of the situation, escalating prices of energy and chicken feed exacerbate the challenges at hand. Critics further contend that certain egg companies are capitalizing on the crisis to maximize their profits. Consequently, consumers find themselves grappling with exorbitant egg prices and the disheartening sight of barren shelves, as grocery stores impose purchase limits. Throughout the past year, the average cost of a dozen eggs more than doubled, and regrettably, there are no indications of prices easing in the course of 2023. 2. Tinned fish. In the year 2022, Chef Ollie Hook, hailing from San Francisco, ignited a fresh frenzy with her captivating TikTok videos centered around the concept of tinned fish date night. Every Friday evening, Hook would unveil an array of diverse tinned fish varieties, anchovies, sardines, smoked mussels, and more, which she and her spouse relished alongside crackers and wine. These videos swiftly caught fire, with one recording an impressive 4.5 million views, and soon other social media influencers jumped aboard the virtual tinned fish celebration. Tinned fish, once a niche product in the United States, has now surged in popularity to such an extent that even Hook herself encounters difficulties in locating these items in stores, as reported by Time magazine. Notably, prominent companies like Bumblebee, traditionally associated with canned tuna, are broadening their product range in an endeavor to meet the escalating demand. The allure of tinned fish has transcended its previous boundaries, captivating the palates and imaginations of an ever-expanding audience. 3. Beef. Prepare for a potential resurgence of Wendy's iconic 1984 catchphrase, "Where's the beef?" as we navigate the looming meat scarcity crisis in the coming year. Throughout 2022, ranchers and farmers confronted a myriad of challenges stemming from unprecedented weather phenomena. Texas, renowned as the largest beef producer in the nation, suffered from an extended period of severe drought during the summer months. Consequently, numerous ranchers found themselves compelled to prematurely liquidate a significant portion of their cattle, leading to a surge in slaughter levels during the latter half of the year. However, as these supplies gradually diminish, we are likely to encounter a period characterized by elevated prices and diminishing availability of beef. It will take time for ranchers to replenish their herds and rectify the repercussions of the damage incurred, causing a temporary strain on the meat market. Thus, Winnie's iconic catchphrase may resurface as a testament to the challenges we face in locating substantial beef supplies during this time. 4. Champagne. Whispers of an impending champagne shortage have been effervescing through news outlets, raising concerns that have long been brewing. The surge in demand for this sparkling elixir began unexpectedly in 2021, following a significant decline in sales during the peak of the pandemic in 2020. Producers have grappled with the challenge of keeping pace with this newfound demand, a task made even more arduous by the limitations imposed by the Comité Interprofessionnel du Vin de Champagne (CIVCC). The CIVCC placed a production cap, reducing output by 25% compared to pre-pandemic levels. Unfavorable weather conditions, including drought and inclement weather across regions in California and the Champagne region of France, have further depleted the available champagne reserves. Consequently, producers find themselves with only a faint whisper of champagne left in their stocks. Complicating matters, certain varieties of champagne require a lengthy aging process ranging from 15 months to 4 years, prolonging the time required to restore production to its former glory. As a result, the prospect of replenishing champagne supplies appears distant, echoing a sobering reality that it may be quite some time until production can regain its effervescent momentum. 5. Lettuce. If one of your New Year's resolutions was to incorporate more salads into your diet, you may find yourself facing a slight predicament or, perhaps, a convenient excuse to indulge. The persisting lettuce shortage, which initially plagued restaurants, has now cascaded down to afflict grocery store shelves, resulting in inflated prices and limited availability. As per the Consumer Price Index, the cost of lettuce experienced a staggering 20% surge in November compared to the previous year. Shoppers have encountered difficulties in finding various types of this leafy green in their local stores. The root cause of these lettuce woes can be attributed to an unforgiving ailment known as impatiens necrotic spot virus (INSV), transmitted by insects and often resulting in the demise of affected plants. This disease swiftly spread throughout California's Salinas Valley, a significant lettuce producer responsible for nearly 50% of the country's lettuce supply, decimating over 80% of the region's crops for the year 2022. While the current circumstances may appear bleak, there is a glimmer of hope on the horizon. Business Insider reports that the severity of the problem is expected to diminish early in 2023 as healthier lettuce crops from regions like Arizona and Southern California become available, alleviating the strain on supply and affording consumers a more sustainable lettuce alternative. 6. Canned drinks and foods. The onset of the pandemic brought forth a peculiar confluence of events. Panic buying of canned foods combined with an upswing in consumption of canned beverages at home. Unforeseen consequences unfolded as a surge in demand for aluminum ensued, leaving a lasting impact that reverberates into the year 2023. Various types of canned products, ranging from pet food to beer, have encountered challenges in availability and continue to experience rising prices. Speaking of beer, it's a situation that calls for a double take. Carbon dioxide (CO2), the crucial element responsible for imbuing your brew with effervescence, has faced its own set of shortages over the past year, owing to a range of supply chain disruptions. Small craft breweries have borne the brunt of this issue, and you may have already observed the inflated costs during your recent outings to bars or grocery stores. The scarcity of CO2 has cast a shadow on the brewing industry, affecting both production and the final cost of enjoying a pint. The consequences of increased demand for aluminum and the scarcity of CO2 have woven together, shaping an environment where certain canned products and beer experience difficulties in both procurement and affordability. 7. Sunflower oil and palm oil. The shortage of cooking oil, encompassing varieties such as sunflower and palm, has stirred considerable concern, given its integral role in our daily culinary endeavors. Echoing the narrative of 2022, where scarcities of fertilizer, bread, and other grain-based products emerged, the ongoing conflict in Ukraine stands as a significant catalyst behind the diminishing supply of this indispensable kitchen staple. Ukraine, a prominent producer of sunflower seeds and oil, accounted for nearly half of the world's globally traded supply in 2020, as per the Brookings Institution. Unfortunately, as long as the conflict persists, the availability of sunflower oil remains precarious, hovering perilously on the list of endangered commodities. Adding to the strain, Indonesia, recognized as the largest palm oil producer worldwide, has implemented a policy effective from January 1st. This policy imposes stricter limits on palm oil exports, with the aim of safeguarding domestic supplies. Consequently, the impact of this change is poised to further deplete the already lightened shelves of cooking oil throughout the year 2023. The intersection of geopolitical conflicts and policy shifts has converged, creating an unsettling scenario where the scarcity of cooking oil, including sunflower and palm varieties, looms large, challenging the ease and convenience with which we once relied upon this essential ingredient. 8. Bread and other wheat products. Regrettably, the persistence of the war directly translates into the enduring scarcity of vital food items, notably bread and a range of wheat-based products encompassing flour, cereals, and baked goods. Ukraine and Russia, jointly responsible for approximately 30% of the world's wheat exports, find their production severely hindered and supplies exhausted due to the ramifications of the Russian invasion, exacerbating an already strained situation. Consequently, the price of bread has skyrocketed, surging by 15.7% over the past year as reported by the Consumer Price Index. Cereal and bakery products have followed suit, witnessing a substantial leap of 16.4%, while the cost of flour and other prepared flour mixes has experienced an astonishing surge of 24.9%. These staggering price increases reflect the harsh reality of a disrupted supply chain and a scarcity of crucial ingredients. The impact is felt directly by consumers, who must contend with rising costs when purchasing essential items such as bread, cereal, and baked goods. The war's enduring presence serves as a somber reminder of the profound implications it has on the availability and affordability of staple food items we once took for granted. 9. Corn. The 2022 season proved to be a grueling test for corn crops in the Midwest, as they endured a relentless onslaught of scorching temperatures, severe storms, and destructive pests. By August, experts discovered that many crops in states such as Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, Nebraska, and South Dakota had either been decimated or rendered unharvestable. The yields in these regions fell dismally short compared to the previous year, despite the United States holding the title of the world's largest corn producer. Limited exports from countries like Brazil and Ukraine during this growing season only exacerbated the problem. However, a glimmer of hope emerges on the horizon. Reuters reports that the U.S. Department of Agriculture has released preliminary forecasts indicating an increase in plantings for both corn and wheat during the 2023 to 2024 season. If all goes according to plan, corn production is poised for a rebound. Nevertheless, early in 2023, you may still need to embark on a quest through the grocery store aisles to locate this staple vegetable, as its availability may remain somewhat elusive during the initial stages of the year. 10. Oranges and orange juice. In a destructive display of nature's power, Hurricane Ian unleashed its fury upon Florida in September, leaving a trail of devastation that included countless orange trees. As a consequence, the anticipated orange production in the Sunshine State for the 2022 to 2023 growing season is projected to plummet by a staggering 51%, resulting in a meager yield of just 20 million boxes of oranges, as reported by the U.S. Department of Agriculture. This dismal output would mark Florida's lowest since the period of 1936 to 1937. However, adverse weather conditions alone are not solely responsible for the desolation that has befallen Florida's orange industry. A more formidable adversary has emerged. Citrus greening, a devastating disease, has relentlessly plagued the state's crops for several years. The loss caused by hurricanes is, for the most part, recoverable, but the larger concern lies with the disease, revealed Judy Gaines, a citrus industry expert and president of J. Gaines Consulting LLC, in an interview with Bloomberg. The combination of hurricane damage and the relentless spread of citrus greening has exacerbated the situation, driving prices upward and imperiling the supply of this luscious fruit and its derivatives, including the beloved breakfast staple, orange juice. It appears that in 2023, alternative sources of vitamin C may need to be sought out in the face of this challenging predicament.